You know, there's a rhythm to the cosmos, a divine timing that's written into the very fabric of creation. But what if I told you that the clock we all live by is wrong? What if the calendar that runs our world was actually designed to hide the true appointed times of the Almighty?
I want you to really think about this question. The calendar on your wall, the one on your phone. What if it isn't just a neutral tool for tracking dates? What if it's a veil, intentionally hiding the most profound truths about our past, our present, and the days that are rapidly approaching?
Okay, let's just break this down. Over on the left, you see man's time. It's 365 1/4 days. It's kind of messy, right? It's a fractional number that needs leap years just to stop the seasons from drifting all over the place. It's chaotic. But then, look to the right. We see God's time, a perfect 364-day year. This isn't just a theory, it's a blueprint hidden right there in plain sight. It's precise, it's symmetrical, and it is divinely ordered.
So where does this idea come from? Well, the key to unlocking this divine clock was given to the prophet Enoch. And look at what he says here. He declares that his vision, his entire understanding of time, was sealed up. It wasn't for his own generation. It was for a distant, future generation, a generation that would be living in the day of tribulation, a generation that sounds a lot like ours.
So this ancient text, the Book of Enoch, it doesn't just talk about this perfect year, it lays out the mechanics of it. It's the key that makes all of biblical prophecy line up with, well, just astonishing and pinpoint accuracy. Everything hinges on this one number, 364. This is the absolute foundation of divine timekeeping. So why this number? Because it's perfectly divisible by 7. And as you know, 7 is the number of completion, of spiritual perfection, all throughout Scripture.
And get this, 364 divided by 7 is exactly 52. 52 perfect weeks. There are no leftover days, no fractions. And what does that mean? It means the weekly Sabbath, the seventh day of rest, falls on the exact same day of the week, every single week, without fail, forever. There's no drift, there's no chaos, there's only perfect divine order.
And the structure itself is just so elegant, so simple. The year is broken up into 4 equal seasons, and each one is 91 days long. And inside each season, you have 2 30-day months, followed by one 31-day month. This pattern, 30, 30, 31, it just repeats 4 times, flawlessly. It's like the signature of a divine architect. Now, the implication of this is just staggering. Think about it. Passover doesn't drift from a Tuesday one year to a Saturday the next. The Day of Atonement, the Feast of Tabernacles, all of God's appointed times, His Moedim, they fall on the exact same day of the week every single year. They are fixed. They are immovable. They are eternal appointments set by the Creator Himself.
But here's the thing. This calendar is so much more than just a timekeeper. It's actually a prophetic instrument. And the ultimate proof of this lies in what's called Enoch's Apocalypse of Weeks, a jaw-dropping 7,000-year timeline of all human history laid out before any of it ever happened.
Let's just look at some of the evidence here. The prophecy breaks history into 10 weeks, each one lasting 700 years. And as you can see, it precisely foretold the choosing of Abraham, the Exodus and the giving of the law to Moses, and even the burning of the Second Temple and the scattering of the chosen people. This isn't just a series of lucky guesses. This is confirmation of its divine origin. And all of this brings us to the absolute climax of the prophecy. Because this ancient blueprint, which has been proven accurate time and time again, has an urgent and direct message for us. The timeline didn't stop in the ancient world. No, it points directly to the days that you and I are living in right now. According to this prophecy, we are currently living in the 9th week. That's a 700-year period, and it's described as a time when righteous judgment is revealed to the entire world, and the works of the godless begin to vanish from the face of the earth. So that's the big question, isn't it? If we're in this massive 700-year window, where are we specifically? Is there a focal point? Is there a specific time that we should be watching for? Well, the math is actually stunningly simple. Half of the 700-year 9th week is 350 years. You add that to its start date of 1675, and it brings us precisely to the year 2025. According to this prophecy, this isn't just some random date. It is the exact mathematical midpoint of this entire final era. And that midpoint is expected to kick off what is known as the final Jubilee. We're talking about the last 50-year cycle given to the age of man before the kingdom age is established. We are standing right on the threshold of this monumental prophetic period.
I want you to let that sink in for a moment. Enoch's prophecy, which was kept hidden for millennia, wasn't for Abraham, it wasn't for Moses, it wasn't even for the apostles. It was preserved for this remote generation, to be a sign, a guidepost, for those who would be alive to see these things finally come to pass.
And this is where it all comes together. Because this incredible Jubilee period, it just might be the very trigger for the most anticipated prophecy in all of Scripture, Daniel's final 7 years.
Just look at how this could align. You have Daniel's 70th week, that final 7-year period. Then you had the final Jubilee, that final 50-year period beginning right around 2025. The theory is that the beginning of this final 50-year Jubilee could be the very event that starts the clock on the final 7 years. The convergence of these two epic timelines around the year 2025, well, it's a sign that just can't be ignored.
The hidden clock has been revealed. Its hands are moving, sweeping toward a divine appointment. The question is no longer when, but are you ready? The clock is ticking. Are you watching?